Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back with the Barina SRI 1.8. In this episode, we're stripping some weight and chucking on a little air intake. So yes, welcome back guys. For you guys who are new here, this is my little 2002 Holden Barina SRI 1.8 and we're going to be entering it in the WA Speed Event series. So I want to enter it in the road car category, which means not much modifications, but there is some things we can do within the regulations to actually, make this car a little bit faster. One of the things we can do is pull out a little bit of weight. There is some regulations on the weight. The other things we can't change is the exhaust, but we do have this over here. So as far as weight reduction, as much as I love the Jap tip, we don't really need it. You're supposed to have a stock exhaust size, so we're going to chop that off. That'll be some weight. And you can do something with the air intake. So I've got some of the bits and pieces here. We're going to make an air intake and pull speakers out, because you don't need them. And we'll have a look under the engine bay. We'll show you what we're going to do there. So what we got is your 1.8 litre ZX18 or Z18XE Ecotech. Well, it's not really an Ecotech, but it's an Opel engine, vauxhall, whatever you want to call it. But we can actually pull a little bit of weight out of here. We don't need this grotty engine cover. And one thing I want to do is get rid of that, because if you notice, I'll show you here, we actually take it for a drive stock. It makes a little bit of a noise, but not too much. So what we want to do is actually get rid of this airbox, and we want to hook up some kind of pod filter, just so we can have those throaty pod filter noises. And yeah, might get a little bit extra throttle response, but we don't know what kind of filter's underneath here. It could be all grotty. We are going to replace this sensor here and do the spark plugs and all later on. But yeah, we'll get stuck into it. We'll pull some stuff out. And we'll try and get this pod filter and air filter setup set up. So we'll pull these door trims off. There'll be the speakers underneath there, and there's going to be some little speakers underneath there, and we can pull out the spare wheel and this here that it's allowed to come out too. So let's get stuck into it. Alrighty, so we've finished in the engine bay, removed the engine cover and done our intake. So basically used a bit of Falcon 3 1/4 inch, some aluminium pod filter, done. We've left the cold air feeding to where the pod filter is. But yeah, that was pretty easy. Got our little pile over here of weight reduction. And what we're going to do at the end of it is going to weigh everything up and see how much we actually pulled out of it. We're just on to pulling the speakers out of the front, and then we're going to get onto the back. So yeah, let's keep on cracking.
You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you've been feeling down. You lay awake alone at night. Like your life inside a car. Forget the world and drive real far. Put that record on again.
So there we have it. We've done our weight reduction today. We've got our 4-inch speakers out of there. We've stripped out the back, spare wheel, jacks and stuff like that. We've chopped out the muffler. It's not that far behind there anyway. I'm just going to chuck a little bit of extra pipe on the end there, weld it on later. We've pulled our front speakers out, and we've done our air intake and pulled a little bit out of the engine bay that doesn't need to be there as well. So I'm going to go weigh all this stuff up over here. Here's our little pile. See what we pulled out of it, which is, we could pull out more, but there's regulations. So this thing only weighs about a bit over a ton, so any weight we can get down out of it is going to be good. So we'll weigh that up, and then, but first we'll take this for a drive, see if the pod filter sounds any different, and yeah, we'll check out the back too. Alright, so we're out for a test drive. The purpose of putting this intake in was not really to get power, but just to have some more sound when we actually race it. So we'll see if we can get some of those throaty pod filter noises. Let's give it a crack. There you go. Well, you definitely can hear it more. That's good. Take her home. Well, there you have it, guys. I think we had the intended result for the air intake. As you could tell, it runs a bit rough when it's cold. Due for a service, plugs, new airflow sensor, I'm pretty sure. We'll reset the computer, see how that goes. But total weight loss we got out of that little pile we had was 27 kilos, or pretty much 60 pounds for the people who aren't from Australia. So that's actually a fair, not a bad little weight difference, because it only weighs like a ton anyway, 1,000 kilos. So it's a good little weight reduction to keep it in within the regulations. So what we'll do for the next one is we'll get spark plugs and we'll do some more work in the engine bay with this one. But yeah, I think we had a bit of a good result with that one. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Till the next one, see you later.